Okay, we are here with Chris Lackey, I believe it's pronounced?
Lackey.
Lackey. No, he does not have a master, and he's not the lackey of the master. And we are about to have a little talk about religion and a few other things on his podcast. Chris, how long have you been podcasting?
Since, August, I think, of last year.
And what made you decide to get into podcasting?
Well, it was more listening to other people's podcasts, and they were very entertaining, and found that there was a lot to say here in town, and being part of the Greater Worcester Humanists, there was a lot of other people who had a lot to say, so I wanted to give them the opportunity to be able to sit down and talk things out, and whether we have listeners or not, it tends to be a lot of fun for us to do. And yeah, if you find it at centerofmass.org.
Now, you mentioned the Greater Worcester Humanists. Who are they?
It's a group of humanists that get together about once a month for a full meeting where we usually have speakers and things like that, but we also get together once a month also for dinners and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a community that gets together where we all have the same kind of religious beliefs.
Social and intellectual.
Exactly. It tends to be more intellectual at the monthly meetings at the UU Church, but then social at our dinner meetings, and we have a really big summer outing where we get a lot of our type of groups together at Rutland State Park. And
how have the podcasts been received?
Mostly it's people who agree with us that listen to it, and that tends to be what most of them are. It's just people like to know that there's people out there that think like them, and they like to kind of listen to what other people's ideas of the local stories and things like that.
Well, nothing wrong with affirmation.
Yeah.
And what does if you don't mind my asking, what does your wife think of this? 'Cause I know my wife gets a little bit sick of hearing me talk about the blog.
Luckily, it's Saturdays we record, usually in the afternoon, so it's non-invasive. We still have the night and things like that. And we're good friends with a lot of the GWH members, so often we'll hang out after that and you know, do whatever. But yeah, she doesn't mind. She won't come on though. She's still too nervous to come on. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and usually usually it's mostly guys that do it, and their wives will come down and hang out with Andy in the other room, because none of them will do it either. We have like one or two girls that have come on ever, but yeah, usually the wives will hang out.
It's a guy geek thing. Yeah. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. It's a guy geek thing. Mm-hmm. But Chris, thanks for your time, and for those people who will be seeing this, I will be appearing on his podcast. Well, we're going to start in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And we'll have some fun.
Thanks, Pete.
Take care.